recap. Across the continent of Greater Banya, peoples of all walks of life share a common sense. A sense that something is approaching. What it is remains a secret to most, but they can feel it. Rumors of sickness spread in the south. A mountain flies in the west. An army of living flame marches through the desert sands, leaving a line of glass as their trodden path. Yes, these are the troubles set to welcome a god into this world. Behelit, the lidless eye, god of the searing light. She approaches and will not be deterred. However, a few know of her coming and prepare. A deadly and cunning thief, a champion of the mountain tribes, a cleric of chaos, a brilliant artificer, and a scarred soul whose past is catching up with him. Can these individuals save the rest? Can they kill a god? Can they save their friend? Can they each finally find a home? Let us together read the final chapters of these heroes. Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I make my friends type with their pinkies. Little inside joke.
No context for that joke.
No context at all. I'm Andrew Gilbert, he, him. But tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Go away, go away, go away.
I was gonna say that like drifted between cowboy, macho man Randy Savage, and then
Come on down to see the monster truck show.
yeah. And then I'm like, okay, this is a journey. Hey everybody, my name's Galway, pronouns he, him, his, and I play Calor and Charity of the Family, whose pronouns are also he, him, his.
Adam, playing the half-leg rogue, Burbage Camp.
Hey, everyone, Adam here. Yes, I play Burbage Camp. My pronouns are they, them, or he, him, and Burbage's pronouns are he, him, his.
Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi, yeah, I'm Lena. My pronouns are she, her, and Stormbringer's pronouns are also she, her.
Rachel, playing the Narmish Artificer Clem.
Wow, the Narmish Artificer Clem is me, Rachel. Hi. We all use she, her, hers. Sorry, back to R&D.
And Darcy,
Hi, I'm Darcy. My pronouns are they, them, and Hakari's are she, hers. Otherwise known as
I couldn't tell if that was the class or the race.
a little bit of both. Welcome to the live recording of the podcast Goats and Dragons. We now have 3 podcast feeds that we would love for you to listen to wherever you find your podcasts. Perhaps it's nothing? Wait, oops, that's from a few times ago. Sorry. Besides Goats and Dragons, there's a Helpful Goat Gaming Presents, which plays shorter campaigns and one-shots. And right now we're in the world of Tier, GM'd by Galway, which is amazing and fascinating. You should listen to that. And we also have Dom and Dragons as a podcast where we played 25-episode campaign of D&D with actor Dominic Monaghan. So you should check those out. We are affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you have through Prime Gaming, which you have for free, you have a free sub to a channel. And if you don't use it on us, maybe use it on another small streamer because it's free to you, but it does help us out a lot. Our exclamation point donate command in chat, we usually highlight an organization or a charity that we find particularly useful in these times. And lately we've been highlighting Donate Life America, which is an organization looking to increase the awareness of organ donation. And they were very kind and very sweet, and we partnered with them on their amazing dice campaign. That is sadly over at the moment. You won't be able to sign up and get in a raffle for these really, really cool dice. But they have a lot of information on their website. They're a really cool organization. Maybe just kind of check them out if you are curious about organ donation or how that works. We think they're pretty the bee's knees, as Rachel would say. And exclamation point merch in the chat will get you a link to our merch page, which has all kinds of beautiful sort of inside jokes, art, sayings, designs from our campaigns, from our community. Several of them are made by community members, and we partner with them to make sure that they're paid whenever you buy something like that. And there's a lot of cool stuff there. So if you like Helpful Goat and you want to just kind of get some material things, that would be good. And if you just like us and you want to donate straight to us to help us continue making these cool, amazing stories, you can type in the exclamation point KO-FI into chat, and that will get you hooked up to our coffee page, where you can just kind of toss us a few bucks, and we would really, really appreciate that. And if you do, write a little message to us. Let us know, kind of your favorite stuff. We're just always curious about people. And if you type exclamation point Discord, you can join our community hub, which is on Discord, and we do all kinds of things. We drop stuff off our desk. We listen to, Rachel read to us movies. We get together and play a whole bunch of games. And we're coming up on June, which is Pride Month. And we, since the beginning, have celebrated Pride Month by doing Pride-themed, role-playing games on stream. And so that's coming in June. And there should be some awesome games there, GM'd and played with community members. That's going to be really, really fun. So yeah, just join our community, exclamation point Discord. What's keeping you from doing that? Nothing, probably, as Rachel would say. And we also have Chelsea's poem tonight. Would someone like to read such a thing?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Thank you.
As Rachel would say.
As Rachel would say.
A lesson from the last session: to provide less Stormbringer aggression. Don't send the tanks away, or else so many hit points the price to pay. Exhausted and determined with theatrical answers to seek. Much love, Fates of Ryn crew, I can see your faces and hear you speak.
Oh, thank
Beautiful.
you, Chelsea. You're awesome.
Theatrical.
So
Are we getting theatrical tonight?
Probably. But who knows? So so I didn't write a recap.
Yeah, all cards on the table.
All cards on the
Andy's
table.
Really? That was so
unprepared.
smooth, Andy. I never would have known.
So
Do you want
last
me to
time
just
on,
read my notes?
I mean, we can, but also, yeah, we can all just kind of jump in and if we remember things. But generally, last time on Fates of Ryn,
Clem misunderstood the window placement in a house.
Clem nearly sacrificed
Oh,
herself
yeah.
for the good of the group.
That was really bad / good.
The Red family was invited to a dinner, and there was a bit of a mix-up, and it seemed like the two groups were going to meet in this thieves' little haven in the middle of Federo. Luckily, that the family, the real family, escaped the Red family and made their way further into town, probably wanting to speak with Stagsox, the actor who's going to be at the Coffin Theater, a lead that they had gotten from the person who used to work in the Temple of Ryn and who was now occupying Burbage's old flat. So all of that kind of happened, and
Burbage saved somebody's life by stealing a mango.
this is true.
forget the
Feely,
name.
an old friend of Burbage's.
Feely.
Yeah.
And we got to stab Lycos a bunch.
Yes. Didn't kill him. Stabbed him a bunch.
And we also we got the rods. So that was a big hoop de tot.
Hoop de tot.
Teat. I don't know
Hoop
the
de
phrase.
Tate.
Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
Yes.
Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat. Is it coup d'etat or coup d'etat?
Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
What's the
That's
difference between a coup d'etat and a coup de grace?
What's
One
the difference
is
between a coup
killing
d'etat, a
somebody,
coup de grace, and a coup d'etat?
And a crew to tit.
and a coup de tot or whatever.
I could
said.
explain the French on
it's
all
right.
of these, but for the love of God, can we just keep going with the recap?
Anyway, we got the rods.
I just want croutons now.
Yeah.
or tater tots.
So we got the rods, and the family found in the ethereal plane as they were escaping. They found in what seemed to be an abandoned building, or an abandoned sort of part of a building, as several of these places are connected in the walls, and finally got a moment's respite, but not long before at least Burbage and Stormbringer were going to make their way out and try to contact Stagsox to see if he knows anything about Ponway, to see if Ponway knows anything about the Hellfire or anything else that's going on.
Slash if we could just get a free punch in.
And he can get a free punch in. So while Hikari made a heartfelt appeal to Burbage to return, just a quick question. Clem, are you going with the group, or are you staying behind with Charity and Hikari?
I think they didn't want me to go with them. I think they wanted to be.
I don't
A duo.
recall having strong feelings about that. All I recall is trying to do what my character would do while also trying to talk us all out of it.
Sorry, the cat is making noise and I don't know what's happening. I don't trust him. I really I think that the consensus was that I didn't need to go. I wanted to go because I feel nervous, and I want there to be somebody who can heal and help if things go sideways.
And I think kind of the counterpoint we ended up with was we specifically picked this building because it's like across the street from the theater, and they're going to have Clue with them who can ethereal plane in and out as needed. But I don't think Charity had an opinion one way or the other on you going.
Yeah, I don't recall having an opinion either as myself or Burbage. I just thought Clem seemed worried about needing to get rest and refill spell slots and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't fill those on a short rest, sadly. But, okay. I think that it'd be good for you to have somebody with you to help keep you on track, but also I've been worse and worse about that lately. I admit. I've kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit. But I say you two can go on your own and we'll be here if you need us. I'm going to read this great book that I have to read for 7,000 more hours.
Well, so if the plan isn't for you guys to get like a long rest while we're gone,
You're not going to be gone for 8 hours, Burbage.
right? Exactly. So, could I don't know, Clem? Do you want to like come across the street and just stand outside the theater and just sort of stand watch or something, or be
I
able to
do
like
look
pass
real
messages?
inconspicuous, it's true.
Well, yeah, I don't know how useful one might be.
Yeah, I could do it. Can I read a book?
To have somebody, right, just have somebody at the front of the theater who could communicate between us and the rest of the group.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
I'm having trouble
Charity's just
envisioning
gonna-
the space.
Charity's gonna raise his hand. So, just, family point of order, all in favor of Clue being the leader of the away mission?
No, Clue can't talk.
He can now,
He can
right?
to me, yeah.
Oh wait, we can't
He
hear
won't be
it.
there.
All right, so caveat to
Look,
that.
no, okay, Charity,
Agreement
we'll be fine,
that-
I promise.
Agreement
promise.
that Clue has the right, that if Clue thinks you all should head to the ethereal plane, you will agree with him.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we're just gonna go in, get the dwarf, get out. It'll be totally fine. We're not senile old people, and I don't sell fire insurance, and
The fact
We're
that you
good.
keep saying, get the dwarf, as opposed to speak to the dwarf, is part of what's concerning me here.
get the dwarf to talk to.
It's no better.
No? Now there's questions of whether you're torturing the dwarf.
So
No.
should I go too? Or...
How will we get outside the range of message cantrip?
Oh yeah, we'd be
If
way
we
out.
go-
Yeah, I believe so.
You won't be outside the range of Clue being able to talk to me, because that's, I think, like 100 miles, but... Actually, that
Isn't
might
message only like 30 feet? We just play it kind of fast and loose.
No, it's like 100. I think
Oh,
it's the
is it?
120 or something.
Oh, okay.
It is one of the longer
Twist.
spells. It's just...
I mean, if Clue can understand us and we can give Clue messages to pass along to you,
Yes.
then really the effect of having Clem come and stand at the front of the theater is to just split the party into 3 rather than 2.
Oh yeah, let's not do that. That's a bad idea.
It might be...
Just as a quick reminder of like tone. 10 minutes ago, you were fighting against a far more
Right, people are
well-equipped.
super like hurt and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's
Not
hurt.
because they made me leave.
It wasn't.
Everyone
right.
knows you're in the city. Like, you're certainly
No, but
being
we're still
hunted.
hurt from like the demon fight that we had not that long ago also.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not been a great
not.
Tuesday.
Hikari
Right,
and
but
Burbage
your
still have
healers that
deaths.
kept you from being super hurt are also
Yes.
tapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I know. We're gonna be really careful. I'm serious about this. We are not gonna slapstick this shit. We are mature fucking adults
Oh, right. You said
who have
last
been
time that
through-
you immediately made a joke.
who have been through a lot of fucking trauma, and we can hold it together. We will hold it together, right, Adam?
Now, Burbage, get in my bag.
Well, I think the bag is a smart idea, especially in Federo. I don't know. Yeah, we're not going to be slapsticky. I passed the slapstick torch to Clem, and I'm now
And that's why we're
like,
not bringing them.
yeah. We've got Clue. What else do we need? Do we need any other items? Any party items? Let's look at party storage. When's the last time we did that?
We could bring the stranger's coin to use as a get out of free card.
I don't know what this item is. My last item I entered in was Dirty Stormbringer's Blood.
Dirty Stormbringer.
I don't know
usually
why it's
Pretty
dirty.
descriptive, but I
No,
don't know.
Stormbringer is dirty, and it's her blood.
It has to be something of yours that's covered in blood, and I didn't type the last part.
I think
like
I
dirty
wrote down why you had my. Let me see my notes.
I think it was something from the fence. Maybe?
Like I kept your blood? So it just says Dirty
Yeah.
Stormbringer's Blood, and that seems weird.
Yeah? Was it like blood that had dripped on the ground? And that's why it was dirty? I don't remember.
Clem
I'll
has
give-
a vial of my blood now from the fence strippings. Weird of her. I didn't write down anything about it being dirty. I don't know why you made it dirty.
Well, I guess it's not a pure sample. It's not a very...
Oh, yeah, because so many of the things in Clem's satchel are pure
Everything.
samples.
I have good, pure samples of everything. I will give Burbage a potion of resilience just in case, which I forgot what it is and I need my book. I mean, I also have fucking Google, right? But like, yeah. But I think it gives you AC or something like that. Just you can hold on to it. It'll go away at the end of the day or when we wake up. So it's just a this time thing, just in case.
What does a potion of resilience do?
Potion of resilience does something that I will remember right now. You gain +1 bonus to AC for 10 minutes when you drink it.
+1 bonus to AC.
It's just one of the... I make a bunch of potions when I wake up every morning.
Yeah.
It's the last one I have left.
Okay,
Right.
so before we head out, like, for real, what is the plan here? Like, we're just gonna casually walk into the theater, ask for Stagsox, say, hey, we want to talk to you, dude. Do you remember us? And then if he says no, we say, that's okay, we're your friend. No, friends is a bad lie. We were your casual acquaintances 15 years ago, and we just wanted to catch up. And if he says yes, we say, good, get in the bag.
Yep, no slapstick here. I love it. Easy.
I'd like to point out that we're still at negative 10 minutes on enacting this plan, and we're already in slapstick. Ow.
I think we're
Burbage,
going.
I'm not
bleeding.
good at this. Come up with a better plan.
Oh, this'll go well.
Well, it's a play, right? What if we're just going to see a play?
That's just such an ominous start to this.
Okay,
Then we
so we're
could
gonna
get a-
sit through the whole play?
Well, no, we're going to get a program. Do they have programs?
Probably it's a play.
Yeah. So you knew that the play started about 7 and Stagsox was going to come to the theater around 5:30.
Oh, so we're trying to catch him before the performance. Oh, I
And
got
right
it.
now
I
it's
got
about
it. I got it.
5:30.
Oh,
We
okay.
want to go get Stagsox's autograph because we're really big fans.
Exactly.
Right.
We've seen the performance. Oh, this is fun already, guys. Because if we lie and say that we've seen the performance a number of times, then if an NPC were to start asking us questions about the play, we would
So
have
don't
to like
say that. Keep it light.
We
don't
don't want to do
don't
that.
put details in.
Right, no
Don't
slapstick,
put
no
additional
slapstick.
details in.
No.
Charity's gonna sort of
we're
stand up out of a
fan
pool of blood.
Stagsox.
Okay, but then he's going to
Stagsox
ask us.
fan.
Oh, yeah. Then he's going to ask us about other plays we've seen him in, and we'll have to make that up.
No, because as soon as we get to Stagsox, I don't think we're holding this lie up anymore. I think now we're being like, hey, do you remember us? We needed to talk to you about something.
All right.
And if he says no, I'm not sure what we do. If he says yes, we say, good, could we go somewhere private? And if he says no, I put my hand over his mouth and shove him in the bag. And if
What
he
bag?
says yes,
Which bag?
As
The
this
bag
is-
I'm in?
blue.
It started with if he says yes, shove him in the bag, and now it's if he says no, shove him in the bag.
It's a
'cause if he
logical
says
compliment.
Yes to go in, if he says yes
Clem,
to going somewhere private, he
keep
doesn't have to
watch.
get in the bag.
Just
we
keep
just
watch
get on
here.
the horse.
Which bag? My bag? There's not room in there.
No,
Clue,
he's
for the love
going
of
in the
fuck, let's go.
suffocating bag. He goes in the suffocating bag.
How does
We get
Charity
back
look?
before he suffocates. You're not in the suffocating bag.
Very bad.
Do you need healing?
Oh, probably. Charity looks very hurt. He's just
Okay.
sort of clambering on, like, next to
I
Clue.
will-
Let's go, buddy.
I will cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on
Oh,
you.
thank you.
We can only be
Um,
gone for a really short amount of time because everybody is really fucking close to dead and we have to stick together.
Yeah. Charity looked like he got attacked by a bunch of
So
vegetable peelers.
14, it looks like. Do you look like I should do it a
Guys,
second time?
You cannot laugh without
Yeah,
doing push
okay.
to talk.
I am still bloodied.
Okay, another 14.
Fair.
So that's a total of 28, and that's all of my spells that aren't first level.
Okay, but does this sound like a good plan, Burbage?
I am no
Uh,
longer bloodied, and Charity is heading to the door with Clue.
Charity, where are you going?
I'll hang out with Hikari.
For the love
We'll be
of
fine.
God, you all have managed to slapstick and I think revise the plan 7 times before getting to the plan.
Charity, sit the fuck down. You need to fucking rest. And we're not gonna, I told you it's a good plan. We're gonna say we're his fans, get into his room to talk to him, and then go from there. And hopefully he will want to talk to us and it'll be easy. And if he doesn't want to talk to us, then we shove him in the holding bag and get back here.
I'm just gonna come with you.
No, I don't think you should. You're
that
like,
seems the smartest. Like,
No.
it's fine. He'll be fine.
Burbage can do
Charity
this.
is going to
Burbage
slide
is a very
on.
mature adult. He's middle-aged, okay? He can do this.
Charity's just gonna slide on Vimeris's mask that he carries with him and like pull
Stormbringer's
his
gonna
hood
grab
over.
Charity and gently squish him into the ground.
Gently
Gotta
squish him.
stay here.
Oh my God.
Stormbringer,
You gotta stay here and rest.
nothing. We are
No.
literally wasting time. The most limited
Okay,
resource we have.
It's not 5:30 yet. He's not there yet. And you are literally like one hit away from death's door. If you can't go.
Hikari, as this is going on and you're trying to kind of get to sleep, you hear a little
Coming from where? What
as
direction?
you open your eyes. There's a rat in your bag, and you see a little rat tail sticking out, and then it kind of looks up at you as you're looking at it, and scurries back under the wall.
Okay. Did it seem like abnormal rat behavior?
Do you want to give me an animal handling?
Yeah, hold on.
Sorry, the rest of you, please continue.
Gosh, Clem is not going to be able to stop Hikari from doing whatever the fuck she wants.
Look, we've got the tools we need. We've got Clue. We'll have a bag, and then we have to get this guy. What was his real name? Should we have that in our back pocket in case we need to invoke it? Do you remember?
With a 19, Hikari, it seemed like a normal rat. It was curious about your bag, but that's it.
Okay.
Didn't, speak to you or start dancing or anything.
Well, yeah, but I just meant, do I feel, I don't know, whatever. There's some reason you said this happened, but I'm not chasing. I'm not playing this game.
Okay.
I don't think I ever wrote down the dwarf's real name, but we would know it.
Bruglin.
Ruglin?
Ruglin?
Can you spell that for me? I've not been writing down how you spell names, and now I regret that.
Because of Ponway.
Because Ponway is a weapon, apparently.
Bruglin is spelled Brugalin. Probably like Ponway would have told you his name. He didn't really introduce himself very properly to you at any point.
Charity, listen. We've got this. I promise you, the angels of a better nature shall prevail.
I don't know
That's
what that means.
literally
but seriously,
me.
Charity.
That's literally.
Charity, I promise. We have this. Burbage is a middle-aged man, okay? He is
Okay,
a
we don't
very
have to keep on.
fair
All right.
adult.
I could live to 250, in which case I'm between like a third and a half.
This
I'm
is
only
why I
20
don't
years
trust
old, so
this.
I have an excuse for my behavior, but we will be okay.
I think we're just getting this out of our system now when it's safe to. I think this is a smart thing to do. Goofy, goofy, goofy. Slapstick, slapstick.
Out of character, Golly, I promise. I will fucking rein myself in. I swear, okay?
I'm going.
If
yes,
this goes poorly, it's going to be Andy's fault, not Adam's and mine.
That's true. Absolutely true. 100%
Yeah,
true.
we're gonna
Yeah.
we can hold ourselves together. We're seriously, I promise. Seriously.
Charity's gonna hold up a finger. If Clue wants you to leave, you leave. Under no circumstances are you gone for longer than an hour and a half. And for the love of God, this is Ponway's assistant. He should be relatively familiar with us, if nothing else.
Absolutely. What time is it right now, Andy?
5:35.
Okay, we've got to go.
Real quick, how do we know if Clue wants us to leave?
He's just going to start teleporting you.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Stay within 5 feet of each other when you can, or at least, you know,
Sure,
so that he can be
yeah.
next to both of you.
All right. And
So you get them the hell out of there and
are
let me
we-
know if anything terrible is happening.
are we taking any measures to mitigate, you know, Stormbringer's familiarity?
I'm dressed. Remember, I'm dressed as an old woman.
It's
I now look
5:36.
kind of bloody. But remember, the coat check did my makeup.
This is still...
I think it's pretty good, right?
It actually was pretty good, yeah.
Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, here we go.
And I probably like put on an overcoat or something to cover up the bloodstains.
Charity's going to also toss you Seamus the Wonder Bag. Here, you can take him
He's a
with
bag
you.
of holding, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
But Charity's going to say, oh, but first, greenish yellow vial, please. Thank you.
Is
And I
Seamus
promise,
going,
while I'm riding on your back, I'll be a complete gentleman.
is Seamus
That's fine,
going
but you can't
in the bag with Burbage?
Seamus is the bag that Burbage
Well-
goes into.
That's not possible. That cannot possibly be right.
What? Yeah.
Burbage, when the Burbag Gambit was not with Seamus, the
Right.
Burbag.
Oh,
Gambit
no,
was
that
was
with
That was the
Stormbringer's
original,
bag.
yeah.
And we can't do that way because you'd suffocate. So I think yes. I think Seamus is just in my backpack with you.
All right,
Okay.
we're getting along now, right, Seamus? We don't argue about anything anymore, right?
No,
It's-
yeah, well, we're fine.
You
Alright.
can't talk when you're in there, you guys.
Oh, yeah, shut up, Burbage.
Okay. You shut up. No, I'm just kidding.
See? See?
I'm not initiating
You
a
about
scene.
started some shit.
I'm heading towards the theater, and we are mature adults, and we are not going to slapstick this.
All right,
Agreed.
here we go.
I'm with you.
And all of you need to be really, really careful where we're going because you're really squishy and vulnerable, especially with that glue.
You
If
literally,
anything looks sketchy, call Clue, and then leave.
you literally squished Charity 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, super squishy.
As they're leaving, Charity's going to look at Clem. So, 3 steps out the door before something goes fruit-shaped?
All right. Message cantrip Stormbringer. I just heard Charity mutter a little wager to Clem. Let's at least make 4 steps before anything happens.
I wasn't
okay?
whispering.
All right,
Also,
well,
you're
okay.
messaging me again.
Shit. right,
Charity
well,
is
that's-
going to very carefully position the vial so it's like unstoppered, but just resting upright.
Sure.
But so that it wouldn't need to be thrown. It's one of the vials holding caltrops.
Gotcha. You make it
Oh, we are
2.5
heading to the theater.
steps out of the door.
Oh no.
And it's very, very cold outside. The wind is picked up. It's just across the street, and you see just a few what you would imagine are stage managers and actors probably filing in the front door of the Coffin Theater. Do you approach?
Message cantrip Stormbringer. Make sure you have some money to buy a ticket for yourself. Also, be prepared for the contingency that maybe they'll ask you to check your bag.
So I'm buying a ticket to get in and then telling somebody I would like to meet him before the show because I'm a big fan.
Are you talking to your bag at this point?
I'm metagaming.
Or
Okay.
you can be. I'm just.
I doubt that they would agree to just take you to the actor before the show. This might have to be a sneaky.
Okay.
A kind of just like
Okay.
slipping, like, oh, that's where the backstage area is.
Okay.
Andy, does Charity, as a member, as a former operative within Federo, know of like where people would normally go in to the theater if they worked there? Like the backstage entrances, etc.?
Not really. And right now they're seeing people funnel in the front.
Okay. I think Charity's probably also propped up so that he can like look out the window slightly.
Sure.
Like I know it's covered, but
Yeah.
you know.
I would say that It's canon that Burbage was a fairly regular theater goer in the city, so he was have some familiarity with this theater, and might remember kind of where the green room is or where the backstage area is, like after the show, where the actors would come from and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go purchase a ticket for entry.
All right.
I am walking completely normally and maturely.
Excellent. Yeah, the front of the Coffin Theater is a very different architectural aesthetic than a lot of Federo. It's very Gothic in nature. The larger, wider, taller part of the building is in the front, and which is often a little different than theaters. A lot of theaters tend to be a lot of the theater a lot of different theaters have like the stage in the back of the theater, but this one has the stage actually in the front of the theater, and it's a little bit of a ritual as you walk across the stage to get to your seats, and then the actors will greet you on stage in character, and it's just kind of a nice little moment, and the architecture is just slightly differently and a little weird. But yeah, so before you get to any of that though, as soon as you walk in, there are beautiful kind of red carpeted areas that are partitioned off to sort of funnel people toward the box office itself, and you do see a couple people taking off there are many layers of clothing near the box office entrance. It kind of looks like they work here and are just sort of setting up. What would you like to do? You kind of see that even before you even get inside.
So are they not taking tickets yet? They're not selling tickets yet for entry? Like there's no guests going in?
You could go talk to them.
But do I see anyone who doesn't work there going in?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go talk to them and try to get in.
Yeah, you as you go through the doors, the place smells just sort of old and also a bit moldy. Just like probably honestly like this place is not used to having to deal with moisture, and then because it's a desert city, and all of a sudden there's 2 feet of snow outside.
Also, do I see Stagsox anywhere?
You look around, not at the moment. You can give me a perception check if you're looking pretty hard.
Yes, we're early.
13.
You don't see anything kind of out of the ordinary. No one's hiding. No one's there's only a few people here.
The doors aren't open yet. The doors wouldn't open until like 6:30.
But it's okay. I can just talk my way in.
Okay.
I'm good at this.
And you approach the 2 women that are standing up there. And they kind of look at you. Hello?
Hello, good evening. When do the doors open for the show?
Oh, about 6:30 is when we start seating. But you could buy a ticket if you want.
Yes, I would love to buy a ticket. And
Yes.
I'm a really huge fan of one of your actors, and if possible, I'd just like to bring him a little gift before the show.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, our prices have gone up a little bit because, well, not a lot of people are seeing the shows.
I understand.
Recently.
It's a hard time for theater. It breaks my heart.
Right. Do you have someone coming with you tonight, or how many tickets?
It's just me, just the one.
Oh, dearie. Oh, yes, of course, just one. 4 gold pieces?
Yes, of course. I really strongly support the arts. That seems very fair.
Lovely. Then 5 gold. I'm kidding. 4 is fine. Thank you so much for your patronage. and you said you had a gift for an actor. We can take it right back to him. Is it flowers or something? Or,
I would love to give it to him myself. He's just, I'm so inspired by his work.
oh, I'm sure. Just right before the shows, it's a little difficult.
Message cantrip
They're
Stormbringer.
getting in their heads. That's
Make a donation to the
how
theater.
artists are. They're
I do. I understand the arts are so, it's so challenging.
yes.
It's really very impressive. I'd like to. I could also make a large donation to the theater. You know, the 300 gold pieces. Um, I'd just really like to just briefly meet him.
300 for to meet an actor.
I just so strongly believe in the wonderful work that you're all doing.
Of course, of course. One moment, one moment. And you see her talking to her friend back there. 300 gold. 300. She said 300. I mean, she could have waited outside after the play. 300 sounds. Of course, gracious donation, gracious. This ticket I gave you, I'm going to rip it up because you can sit in the box seats, of course, by the stage. That's what you deserve.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, of course, of course. What's your name? We can name the box after you. 300 gold.
My name is
Did you have do
Snowberry
snow
Snowberry Melanie.
Snowberry Melanie? That name is beautiful. It's wonderful. What a Snowberry Melody. It's your parents must have found you to be a delightful child for a name like that. And what was the actor's name?
Oh, Stagsox?
Stagsox. You wanted to meet Stagsox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. 300 gold pieces. Uh-huh. We can take you to him.
Great, that sounds
That's who you
wonderful.
want to meet. You sure you don't? No, that's fine. Stagsox is fine. So, do you mind watching the office? Then I'll take her back. Snowberry. Oh, what a name. Um, may I ask, as we're walking back, and she'll start to take you out into the auditorium itself, onto the stage area. um, on the stage area is not lit at the moment, except for a single torch that's burning. And she says, "Oh, don't mind the ghost light. We'll get a few more torches going in just a second, and then we can make our way back to the dressing rooms." May I ask why Stagsox?
What vibe am I getting here? Am I getting the vibe that Stagsox is not a very good actor?
Give me an insight check.
14.
14. You don't know exactly why. She just seems a little amazed at why you would spend so much money for seemingly not a lot of benefit.
I mean, I really appreciate people who are trying so hard to do a good job and the determination that it takes. And I know that's it's hard. It's being an actor is hard and doing a good job is hard, but he just always feels like he's really trying.
That he does. You're spot on, if I may say so. Of course. And at this, a few of the lights in the auditorium have started to raise in the very slowly but magically. All the torches are starting to be lit. She goes, there, we can find our way. There's a trap door for the performance tonight. It's a little precarious, so we don't want to walk on that. And yes, so she'll take you off to the right. You see then the auditorium ahead of you as you are on stage, and it's a beautiful auditorium. There are these long black curtains on the sides with like a blue kind of velvety trim almost. And she motions you into the changing room area, and there's right off a stage. There's kind of an area that would be for like quick changes and makeup touch-ups, and then she goes past that into several dressing rooms, and there's several dressing rooms marked with each of the actors, and then there's one marked other, and she knocks on that one real quick. There's no answer at the moment, so she tries the handle. It's unlocked, and she opens the door. And you see a familiar dwarf standing by the window saying, the politic, the politic, the politic, the politic, politic, the politic, the politic, what did you do today at a minute or two till 2? And she goes, oh, Stagsox. Master Stagsox, you seem to have an admirer, and I know that the actors like to have their moment before, but this is a donor to the theater that will be sitting in the high donor's box tonight at the performance. And at this, he kind of turns around. Oh.
Hi, Stagsox. I'm Snowberry Melanie, and I'm just such a huge fan of your work. You try so hard, and it's just so inspiring. And I like how thoughtful you really are about the words you choose to say, and you just do such a good job being thoughtful about the words you choose to say when you're acting.
Madam Frond, if you don't mind, I would love to speak to the donor then, since they seem to have gone to great lengths to come and see me. And she, oh, of course, yes. Dearie, I'll leave the lights on in the house. If you need to make your way, just come straight back to the box office. Oh, and good luck tonight, Stagsox. I think tonight you'll remember your lines. All right. Well, see you. And she shuts the door, and he goes, what are you doing here? What are you doing? You could get, first of all, you could get you killed and me killed.
Yeah, I've gotten that impression since we got back. It's been a bit ugly.
Don't get me wrong, the makeup is nice. It's good. I didn't recognize you at first.
Good.
But how many Goliaths are wandering around Fidero right now?
Yeah, but I'm only 20 years old.
There are 2 of them. One's you, and one's that other one.
Well, when people don't know I'm here, people think I'm an old lady, see? And I'm actually 20 years old, so they don't know this is me.
What do you want? How can we make this a very expedited visit?
So we need information, and I think it might be best if you just came back with me to where everybody is hiding out, because we gotta get this fixed, and you're kind of our last lead.
No, I have a play tonight. I'm not going with you anywhere.
Yeah, we can have you back by the time your play happens. And I really do think, yeah,
I need to know.
I think Charity, no, the other dude, the Kunk can help with that, because he's got good spells, so he can help make you a better actor. Remember, he's got a lot stronger with that since you last saw him. And we've also added 2 other people who know how to do those things, so they can help.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about magic.
I've heard of magic. You just magic is gonna make me remember lines.
Yeah, he does this spell all the time where he pokes us, and then we do better at things.
Mrs. Cantrip, Stormbringer, Hakari could also cast Modify Memory.
And also, one of the other people knows how to make your memory better with magic.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
I mean, like, nothing I'm saying is untrue.
No, yeah, it's persuasion. Give me a roll better than 17.
No,
No.
I decline. I rolled a
Okay.
14. I don't have inspiration, if anybody does, but
Bum,
Do not.
bum.
I have to roll at least an 18 on the dice
I
to
was
get
gonna
better
say
than the
I
17.
have
so I'm not sure it's
inspiration, but I see
worthwhile.
the -1, so I'm like, that's a 3 in 20 chance.
Maybe don't worry about it.
I'm very hurt. I think I prefer that for saving throws.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to rely on magic as a cheap way to get ahead. I'm tonight just going to do my best at the play because my name is Stagsox and I am an actor. And
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. And if you want to come to the play, fine. And if you don't, do you mind? I need to run lines.
So
Right.
Burbage from inside the bag is, first of all, one, preparing if he needs to make a fast acrobatic exit from the bag holding Seamus and just fucking like tackling
Good.
this guy
Yeah.
in the event that that's necessary. Two, Burbage will message Cantrip Stormbringer, ask if he has an understudy.
Do you have an understudy?
Oh, I am the understudy. Yeah,
Okay.
the other actor was frozen in the streets.
Oh no. So sad. That's what
Yes.
we are here to help address. That's why we need to talk to you so that these things don't happen anymore. What if that happened? Oh, if it's happening to actors now, what if that happened to you and you weren't able to continue your acting career?
Is that a threat? You're going to freeze me?
No, I don't even know how to do that. Do I look like I know how to do that?
You don't.
It just would be tragic if that happened.
It will be tragic.
You've been trying so hard, and I think it's so wonderful how much you've grown as an actor. And like, I wasn't lying when I told them I thought I admired you.
Message
I
Cantrip
just-
I've not been
Stormbringer.
an actor more than like 2 months.
Yeah.
You've
Tell
seen me?
Yeah.
no,
you've
Stormbringer.
grown.
Message Cantrip Stormbringer.
Name one other
Nope.
play I've been in.
No, message Cantrip Stormbringer.
No, I mean, I
No.
haven't seen you.
Say
but I
that
think
say that on the way in you heard the box office people talking about him and they were so dismissive and they were so insulting and they talked about how, this
Excuse
guy's
me.
such a bad actor
You're zoning out right now. Are you like with me
Sorry,
here?
it's
they can tell he's not actually an actor because he's so bad.
it's been a
Snowberry.
really hard time. I mean, it's been rough since we left here and since we came back. And on the way in, I mean, I heard the box office people talking about you and being so dismissive about how you're not a real actor, and they can tell. It was
Because I'm
really
not a fucking actor.
heartbreaking.
I'm not an actor. I'm just trying not to be who I was because they're looking for me.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's why I'm an old woman now. But we could make this not be that way anymore. We just need to talk to you.
I would say just one thing vaguely over the table, if it seems like it, and I think that this would be a thing that Burbage might have thought of. Adam, you can decide whether or not. We know how to get out of the city.
Right, we can offer that. Yeah. Message Cantrip Stormbringer. Tell him we have a way out of the city. We could keep him safe with us.
And we got in, obviously. We also know the way out, and we can keep you safe and get you somewhere safer than this, where you can be whatever you want to be.
That's appealing. You know what would have been more appealing? If you didn't fucking leave in the first place.
We had to leave. We thought you're okay. That's what we need to fucking talk to you about. Your fucking boss. We need to know what the fuck is going on with this shit. And
Conway's dead.
I get that that is what people are saying, and maybe it's true, but that means you're the last person that has some info that we need to solve this, so that people aren't freezing to death in the streets, so that something worse doesn't happen, because something worse is coming soon, and we can get you out of here before the bad thing we're trying to stop happens.
One more persuasion check with advantage.
Can I have triple advantage?
No.
13. I'm not. I have terrible charisma.
Look, I'm not the type. All right, I'm not the type to help in this. I'm the type to hide.
All right, Burbage is leaping out of the bag and trying to stuff him right into Seamus.
And
If
I
he
can
wants to
feel
hide-
Burbage moving, so I'm helping shove him into Seamus.
If he wants to hide, he can hide in here.
So you feel Burbage getting ready to leap, and you like grab
Yeah.
him, so it's a lot easier or something.
Yeah, and like rage on, shoving.
Right.
Now I'm mad.
So
and
Burbage,
shoving,
like
grab him to shove him into the bag.
message
I'm
cantrip,
also
like
covering his mouth.
3, 2, 1. Like we're planning this.
Yeah, holding him, covering his mouth, and we're shoving him in the bag.
I feel like back in the house, in Charity's mind, he hears Clue's voice. Well, shit.
At this, he rolled a 2 to try to avoid any of this. He turns to the side a second. Well, on second thought, maybe.
How dare you, Andy? How dare you?
How dare!
He was not gonna, but he's very unaware at anything that's happening here. You get the jump on him. He's now pushed into the bag. You hear Seamus. He hasn't taken a shower in a while.
Out of game. This is not the clock starting. How long does it take to suffocate?
I think there's like a minute of air.
Okay, cool.
There's like,
so
I think there's
we're
10
right
minutes of
away.
air inside.
Yeah, it's not a permanent solution at all.
But also,
it's-
you would, once you're on plane ethereal,
We could
you can
Right.
pop him
you
back.
can let him back
So
out.
we're right away cluing back then.
All right, so you've just stolen him.
Yes.
Clue pops into existence. Fiery mane lights up the whole room, and then the door is open a little bit. So magically, ghostly, you could probably, in the ethereal plane, move it a little bit. It takes a while because your hand is almost passing through it a little bit, but it does feel like you can manipulate it a bit. You can, it just feels weird to kind of walk through the walls because you're still not very sure about the terrain in here. But Clue seems to lead you pretty easily then. And you walk past the box office in the front, and you hear the two women, 300 gold pieces to meet Stagsox. His name is Stagsox. Oh, God. Oh. And then you make your way out the ornate opening into the ethereal cold of this place. Do you make your way back then to
Yep.
to the
Where
people?
everything's still okay and they haven't been
Alright.
attacked by a swarm of rats or anything.
Charity and Clem, what have you been doing for the last 10 minutes, maybe?
Charity is probably doing the equivalent of keeping watch both outside and inside.
Mhm.
Like, that would be most of it, I think.
And Hikari, you're sleeping.
Yep.
All right.
Clem is doing the prep work for rebuilding Randolph.
Okay. You are assembling the pieces again of Randolph.
Getting all my thread ready and
Yeah. Charity, you notice what she's doing and you feel a little drop in the pit of your stomach there.
Are we going with any upgrades this time?
I see. The thing is I tried to last time with Stanley to go different, but I think it was worse because he got along with Burbage, and that right away, something's
What
up.
if it's just Randolph with a sloth's arm growing out of his back?
God.
I mean,
Just
could be useful.
Ew.
It's like a scorpion,
Maybe-
but with a sloth
Yeah, I was gonna
hand.
say like a scorpion tail, but with a sloth hand. I like that idea. Okay, let's incorporate that. Be a little bit more dexterous.
Roll a d20, Rachel. If you roll better than a 10, you happen to have come across a sloth arm at some point.
Oh my god.
So you don't quite have a sloth arm. You could make something probably equivalent out of other arms.
Do you have an ape's arm and 3 anteater snouts?
God.
Let me just rifle around here.
I like that Andy tried to make this bad for us in the sense of you didn't roll high enough. I'm like, oh no.
It's gonna get worse.
I have infinite suggestions to make this more horrifying.
Could I?
IGM aberrations, Andy. This is my bread and butter. The butter has eyes.
God.
Could I probably haven't run into a giant scorpion in my time, have I?
Probably not. I'll let you roll again for a giant scorpion.
That's a nat 20.
You've heard
Please
so
describe
many
to
giant
me
scorpions.
what the giant scorpion tail that you've acquired at some point looks like.
Okay, so at some point in my travels, for sure, I had to come across, I was in the desert before I made it to the mountains and decided to find my settle. And
Could this be the giant? Oh, please, I want it to be the giant scorpions that the family fought during the caravan.
oh, I did know the caravan person too.
Yes,
You did.
Yes,
And they probably brought you a scorpion that they had
Nice.
picked up on the way.
Sorry, I just thought the connection was so good.
No,
I
it's
didn't want to
perfect.
step
Beautiful.
on your.
Uh,
This scorpion tail, they said, stabbed a horse straight through.
Nice. Is it still covered with some horse blood?
Sure.
Nice. So it's got dried horse blood on it.
Dirty horse's blood.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be looking at all of my parts. Yeah, it's got dirty horse's blood. I'm going to be looking at all my parts, and I'm going to just pick up the disembodied cat tail that Randolph had before and be like,
Yeah.
I think this was really the problem, and I'm just going to throw it behind me. Yeah, I'm gonna place this beautiful scorpion tail on the. It was a random animal torso, correct? Yes.
It was a
Random
the
furry
torso was a
torso.
mishmash. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a
Generic
random
animal.
furry torso. Yeah. So, and it still has hawk wings, so it's gonna be, and goat legs. So it'll just be nestled right where the random furry torso and the goat legs hit, and then where it'll come up nicely between the hawk wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Randolph needed an upgrade, and it was, I'm gonna pull like a giant, just pull out a giant scorpion tail out of my sack and be like, this is what was needed, I think.
How do those bags work dimensionally? This is coming from someone with a bag of holding.
Listen, I have my ways.
Just at that, Clue comes into existence in the middle of the room with Burbage and Stormbringer.
At this, Charity's gonna restopper the vial with the caltrops, and then once he has Seamus back, he'll put it away.
Yeah, but Seamus and Burbage are now mid-argument. Like, you think Home Alone 2 was a better play than the first Home Alone in Federa? Fuck you, Seamus.
Of course it was. It expanded the universe. It was
Yeah, but that
it was
also
awesome.
had the worst High Priest of Ryn ever, Donald Trump. His cameo ruins that whole movie. Play. It ruined the whole play. Okay.
That was
Dude.
hundreds of years ago.
We did a good job, but I don't have any force of personality. But we did a good job. Nobody suspects anything. I just don't have any good personality.
And I'm gonna dump Stagsox out of the bag and kind of get in his face and say,
Don't scream. I'm sorry.
This commotion woke you up again, Hikari, for a second, and your sort of blurry vision. You see two rats in the corner, and one of them now pointing at you and like kind of like looking at the other one. And then as they see you looking at them, they scurry back into the wall.
Guys, the rats are acting a little strange. Anyone else see that?
Did Burbage see them?
No, you were too busy arguing and shit
Oh,
popped
shit.
out.
Roleplay.
Just
Oh,
Hikari, who
good.
accidentally woke up here. But yeah, so yeah, Hikari says that. Sorry.
Stagsox, do you know anything about the rats being people's eyes?
Yeah,
No.
can I see anything weird in the rats?
Okay, good.
You didn't see any rats.
What are we talking about rats for? What happened?
Hikari said the rats are weird.
What was weird about them?
They're coming out here and pointing at me. And then running away. And going through my bag. I don't know, but
should we
I've never seen a
relocate?
rat point at me.
We've got what we came for. Should we leave?
Should we go get in the ethereal? I think it's
But I
maybe
just got all my parts out.
I think
What?
if we have most of the rods, it's safer, right? And we do. Although they said they didn't have an ethereal rod. So if they have an ethereal rod, it wasn't there. But
What are you doing? What is this?
kidnapping you to have a polite discussion and then take you somewhere safe, possibly hiding from the rats and going somewhere safe to talk.
We were having a polite discussion back at
Yeah.
my place.
But you didn't want to talk.
I mean, I don't live there
Right.
Wait a minute.
or
I
anything.
think he's been living at the theater.
Yeah.
Guys, Stagsox, you've been living at the theater, haven't you?
I've been living at the theater. Yeah. I don't
Hey,
have
we're
anyone.
gonna get you somewhere safe, okay? And it's gonna be okay.
I was safe. I was fine. No one knew
You're
who
not.
I was.
You were hiding and pretending to be an actor, which you clearly didn't enjoy because you're so
It was my-
scared.
Greatest role of all time was playing Stagsox.
Yeah. It's really good and I appreciate it, but we're gonna get you somewhere safer. Should we go into the ethereal if the rats are acting weird? I don't know what that is.
Hikari, on a scale of 1 to 10, how suspicious are you of these rats?
Like an 8.5.
Yeah, I was going to say roll higher than a 7. Yeah. I think we should find a different space.
Yeah.
No goofing around here. Nope. No goofing around here.
All right, let's
All
relocate
right, fine.
again. Sorry. Careful with the scorpion tail. It's a great
Whoa.
addition.
Does Burbage recognize the scorpion tail?
Sure.
I guess,
maybe.
do they all look alike?
I mean,
I think probably.
Wow.
you remember when you fought giant scorpions, certainly.
Rachel.
So we'll use Clue to shuttle like 2 groups.
Yep, 2 groups. You pop into the same room, but the ethereal plane. Everything around you is misty and smoky and not as cold as the
Burbage,
material.
do you
Does it seem safe here?
sense
do we
anyone around?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check. Can I give you a perception check?
Sure.
Okay. I rhymed check with check.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But one was spelled with a Q-U-E.
Yep.
And the other was spelled like Czechoslovakia. All right, that's a critical hit.
Critical hit.
33.
You see nothing in the material plane.
In the which? You kind of merged the two
sorry,
words.
In the ethereal plane. You see nothing in the ethereal plane.
Right.
You see two small little motes of light, like in what should be the walls of this place, that are quickly kind of running away, and then they fade as well into nothingness.
In Burbage's previous experience popping in between the planes,
there was only like one other time when someone kind of felt like they saw like a person or a form that's in the material plane, but actually you can see them a little bit in the ethereal. Most of the time you can't.
And what was the other time?
When you were popping into the Thieves Guild.
And the mote of light was
eyes. All eyes on me.
Okay. And so I don't think Burbage knows what that means when he sees light.
It was moving, so you would imagine maybe a little bit of a creature of some sort, but they were also very small. So you're not exactly sure.
All right. So Charity asked, like, Burbage, do you see anything? I just saw the same thing I saw when we popped into the Thieves Guild, and we saw all eyes on me. There's sort of there's sort of lights during the transition between material and ethereal. I'm just remembering that's the only time I've ever seen that, and now I just saw it again in the walls. What could that mean, Charity?
Were they rat-sized lights?
Well, they were in the walls, and yeah, I guess were they smallish lights?
Charity would both his own knowledge and also like with Clue, who has way more experience shuttling between the planes. Does any of this sound familiar, or like know what a cause for it would be?
Hey, we've seen lights before though. Remember? I was there. I don't remember who else was there with me when we were in the chest.
Yeah, because Burbage interacted with motes of light in that chest when he was.
This feels different because you weren't really in the ethereal plane at that point, but but there's something kind of similar. That spaces didn't illuminate actual people, but illuminated sort of essences. You could kind of make a connection there with that.
Essences. Huh.
So, returning to, does this sound familiar to Charity, or would he have any sense of what causes it?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Can Clue help with his knowledge of? So,
yeah.
Advantage. I'm going to spend a sorcery point. Actually, no. I'll just keep the 20.
Yeah, with the 20, you're not exactly sure what would cause this. You would need a little bit more, examples probably, but your best guess is that either that something maybe magical that can pierce through the different planes of existence slightly. It feels weird. The religious side of you wants to maybe talk about a soul a little bit that is unique or fairly powerful or blessed perhaps, and then the Arcana side of you maybe wants to say like if there is if they're wearing powerful magics or something sort of celestial or natural in magic.
Would that correspond to anything I know about All Eyes on Me?
Not exactly. Yeah, I mean, unless like the robe he was wearing was quite magical or something he had on him, or I don't know.
I think it's fair to assume that the rats may not be a good sign. And perhaps we should relocate to another area of the city again. In an
Not real
abandoned
rats, fake rats. Somebody's pretending to be rats.
Or maybe someone's utilizing rats?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
We're keeping a very close eye on Stagsox. Although,
Yeah.
where's he going to run?
He's also in the plane
realm?
ethereal, so...
Yeah, if he starts running, we're going to react like Steve Buscemi in Fargo when the lady gets out of the car and runs off, just like laughing. Like, where are you going to go? That's Fargo reference number 10 from 20 from Adam.
This whole game has actually just been a long form advertisement for Fargo.
Yeah.
Stagsox doesn't want to go anywhere, obviously. He wants you to return him to the actual plane that has his theater so that he can learn his lines and get on the stage tonight. Other than that, he says, what do you want to know? You could have asked me questions back in the theater.
But we needed to be all together because they all got their shit kicked in, and I'm the only one who's feeling pretty fucking good. And also, I have to keep them all alive and protect them all the time, and I can't do that if I'm not with them. So
assuming time is a factor here, I'm gonna highlight, just because I know Rachel has stepped away, but potentially, I don't remember if she has Detect Thoughts, if Clem has Detect Thoughts still up. So
I'm out.
Oh,
Out,
okay.
yeah.
I couldn't remember if you were or not. Charity will just sort of be like, okay, so I knew his actual name as well, right?
Bruglin, yeah.
Bruglin. Okay, Bruglin.
Oh God, please don't. Stagsox.
Okay, Stagsox.
Thank you.
Where is Ponway?
Dead.
Cool, so you think that too.
So tell us everything you know about what he was doing and why he sent us out and what he was doing after that.
Okay, or does he think that? Because Burbage from the beginning has insisted, like, Ponway's not fucking dead. So Burbage wants to see about that.
Give me an insight check.
I also probably am. Honestly, I'm probably insight checking everything this dude says. 27 for me.
You got me beat.
It's one of my specialties.
Would you roll, Burbage?
18, unless it's advantage.
No. Both of you can tell he's very, very quick to answer that. He doesn't really believe it. That's a practiced response.
So you've got one of your lines down, don't you, Stagsox?
Look, this is all bad for everyone involved. You should just leave again. Don't come back.
You realize
We don't have that fucking option.
the probability that this world gets destroyed if we do that is significantly greater than 0.
And if they were going to destroy the world and we'd all be fine, fine. But they're fucking not. They're going to fucking... Fine, it'd be fine. But they're fucking not. They're going to fucking kill Charity and Burbage. Probably horribly. And we're not letting that fucking happen.
Again.
So tell us where the P-Meister is. I don't think we should say people's names anymore. I don't know how any of this works. Things might be booby-trapped. So don't say people's names. I've stopped saying people's names, except I just forgot and said
The P-Meister?
Burby's name. Kunk Burby's name. But anyway.
Wait. The P-Meister?
I'm not good at coming up with names, okay, Clem? I called myself excuse me, okay, Orange. I called myself Snowberry Melanie. I'm not good at thinking on my feet. But anyway, the point is, stop saying people's names. And also, what point was I making? Tell us everything you know about where he might be and what he was doing. And if you talk fast enough, we can either get you somewhere safe or have you back to the theater by your show. Whichever you prefer.
I don't know anything. Just let me go. I don't know where Ponway. I don't.
Stop
I think
saying the name. I just said that.
We're in like another dimension. It's fine.
They have access to it. It's not fine.
I don't know what you want. I don't know.
I literally just told you what I want, dude.
Do you want me to tell you everything? Everything.
Yes.
When you
Without
left,
using real names.
when you left, and you didn't bring the thing back, Punwe had to resort to shadier means. All right, he had to find someone else to do something. And yeah, this is his doing, the cold. But he's doing it to protect. Okay. And if I try to give that up, then everything that we've done, everything that has happened, is for nothing.
We're not trying to result in the city being not protected, but there is an army of living flame on its way here, and there are some very, very bad people who are looking for things that will destroy the world in the city. They're working with Yizik. Yizik was an asshole.
Agreed. The Y-Meister was an asshole.
Okay, great. We can go with this. So,
Yeah.
This is what Punwe was trying to prevent.
P-Meister.
Fucking. And if you would have brought him what he asked for, what you were paid to do, then it would have been fine. This could have been over with already.
We tried, and one of us is frozen in a fucking ice spire because of that. The P-Meister didn't give us enough information to actually do a good job. He fucking manipulated us and probably fucking everybody else to try to get us to do what he wanted. I know he knows what's going on and he didn't fucking tell us. We've been trying to piece it together. And I know he fucking knows that Burbage and Chunk are in the middle of this and he hasn't fucking told them about it or told us how to keep them safe. So this is kind of all at his fucking feet for not sharing information.
Because you all
can
ended
start
up
sharing information, or I'm gonna start sharing my weapons.
You're all the most perfect people to trust, of course. Why didn't he share absolutely everything with you? Why didn't he tell you everything? Because obviously you do exactly what was supposed to happen.
Yes, exactly. He should have fucking told us. I'm so glad you're seeing my side.
I'm being sarcastic. I don't see your side. I'm trying to tell you the opposite. I forgot that this was the thing. And look, I'm sorry about your friend. I was going to ask where the grumpy fellow went.
My dude. Tell us everything you know. Tell us where the P-Meister is. Because we need to fucking solve this since he's fucking not. He's got Federo locked down. The rest of the world is gonna burn.
For the record, Vimeris wasn't grumpy. He was awkward and aloof.
And how long? He was also pretty grumpy. And how long is Federo going to last when everything else has burned? Does Ponway, does P-Meister have power enough with this wonderful ward that we were able to still get through to block a god? And look, honestly, I agree. We weren't necessarily a bunch of people who you'd want to at first blush trust with all of this information. So why did he have us do it at all? I want you to think very carefully about whether or not you're going to share information with us, because I can tell you, hand on my heart, 3 things. I want to help the people of Federo. I want to help this world. And if I do not get answers about why my entire existence is like this, you will find out why she's not as scary as I am.
And people deserve to fucking know, man. Regardless of whether he thought we were the most trustworthy characters in the world, people deserve to fucking know about their own fucking lives.
And for all your admiration, I believe of what Ponway has done here, and I believe it is worthy of that. Protecting these people is worthy of that. We're the ones doing that for the rest of the fucking world. Do we look like we have armies?
You sound a lot like Ponway sometimes.
Fuck you too.
He's not dead. He is hiding. I can't get to him right now, and that's partly on me. There's something at his residence that he's hiding in. It's hard to explain. It's like another world.
Demiplane?
Kinda.
Neat.
I was supposed to get it out of his place, but they fucking locked it down quick. He's in there. He's in his house.
So it's an object that contains this other reality he's in.
A cigar case.
Okay.
It's silver. Doesn't look like a lot.
In his personal study, bedroom?
Bedroom, study, probably. Yeah.
Are they like posted up there or?
Look, if he can... The reason he's doing this is to protect not just the people of Federo, but something in Federo. But if you found it and took it away, there's no reason for Federo to burn, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they knew that we took it away, yeah, then probably, although they might just do it to spite people. I don't know. Do you know where the HF is? Is that what he's trying to protect?
I don't know what the HF is.
Do you know of anything that's really important that might use those letters?
Charity is going to summon sort of sparks of silver fire. This, but darker.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what it is. I don't. He didn't tell me any of that. Yeah, obviously he was very...
Yeah.
Something weird happens. Burbage, through the front panel of the place that you guys are in, you see kind of another mote of light passing toward the front door, probably, area of this place. And then it starts to kind of fade and go out a little bit. And then something unnerving happens with all of you, as something almost like a small string tied to the bottom of your sternum starts to kind of pull each of you. You all have a weird breath intake, and it takes you a second for your eyes to adjust again back in the material world. And then you hear at the door.
At the door of this abandoned house.
Yes. Let's take a break right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a quick break. Let's calm down. Everything's fine, Andy. And let's just go ahead and handle our liquids by managing our fluids. And we're going to be right back.
See you in a few minutes, everybody.
Boy.
Welcome back, friends. This is Goats and Dragons. We're having fun. Right before we went on break, the family was safe. Everything was going great in the ethereal plane. They were getting information out of Brueggelin. And then they were sucked back into the material plane. And then there was a knock at the door. Charity, you instantly look over to Clue, who just kind of shakes his head at you like he can't go into the ethereal right now.
Do I know of something that could cause this?
It would have to be nasty, powerful magic. Otherwise,
I'm gonna
no.
get myself in between the door and everybody else.
Burbage is readying his crossbow.
I've got my sword ready.
Charity's gonna like motion to Braglin to like get into sort of a back corner of the room or something.
Yeah, he looks really freaked out.
Already a firebolt as well.
Kind of starts to move away a little bit. And you hear, Charity, are you in there? Stormbringer? Burbage?
Do we recognize the voice? Is it P Meister's voice?
You recognize the voice. It is a voice that you heard on the very first day you met. But it's not P Meister.
Is it Y Meister's voice?
Uh-oh.
You recognize the voice of Yizik standing outside your door. Friends, I mean you no harm at the moment.
This is
Perhaps.
the only time that writer makes me feel better. If he says, I mean you no harm, I'm like, bullshit. I mean you no harm for the moment.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah.
I do want to insight check the...
Okay, please do. And as you're doing that, you see the door start to swing open slightly.
20.
Roll and push back slightly against it, but with all my force.
20 on the insight.
With a 20, you get a sense there's no deception. There's certainly malice, but there's no like immediate threat.
The statement...
The scariest thing about this is you feel just an overwhelming confidence. And Stormbringer, yeah, it's not hard to kind of push the door shut again. And you hear just a little bit, friends, what are we doing?
Might as well let him in, I suppose.
Andy, Yizak was Yizak there with Hikari and Burbage?
Yes.
He's the one who, like, Burbage tried, like, saying, like, take pity on us, and he was like, oh, that's the wrong approach with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Do I know it? Do I have any experience with music or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna whisper this to Clem. Orange, you maybe should like, I don't know, hide or something. I don't know if he knows about you.
Are you opening the door? And also, Brueggelin is just sort of cowering in the back. Is there any other sort of means to...
Is there furniture in here?
There is like an old couch.
Are we on the ground floor?
Yeah.
Can I put the hole on the opposite wall?
Sure.
And can I just say, let's just fucking go? Do we want to talk to this guy? Everybody seems real nervous.
It won't take but a minute.
I could take this asshole and we could hide.
Can that, like, lead into, say, another building? Because you said there were several, like, abandoned buildings.
There's probably not an alley right behind this building in particular. It probably shares a wall with something else.
But we thought that most of the things here were abandoned, so Charity might just be like, just go through. If you hear screaming, pop back in.
So I'll take the Stagsox. Sorry, every time I want to say black socks, my brain is just fine.
He'll go in with you, scrunch through.
Yeah, come with me. We'll go over here.
All right.
Call me if you need me.
Well, I suppose we might as well see what he has to say.
Okay. I guess.
By all means, if he, seems like he's actively about to kill us, unscrew his head.
Yeah. Will do.
So I'll stop leaning against the door, but I'm also going to be, I have my glaive out. How long does my rage last? Is it still only a minute? It just doesn't end anymore? Yeah, I think it's still only a minute for now. So I'm not raging yet. But I am prepared and when he comes in, I'm going to keep him between me and everybody else. No, me between him and everybody else.
Yeah. As you step away from the door slowly on its own just opens.
Look, we've got enough mages here. You don't need to try to impress us.
He thinks about taking a step inside and kind of looks around for a second. And you see in front of you Yizek, a high priest of Ryn, who now has a chained large book on his back. He seems to be just floating a few inches off the ground, and his robes are kind of waving in the wind. He has a very heavy, dark wool and fur cloak on. And at this, Charity, you notice at first that he's casting a spell, and his hand is just kind of raising slightly.
What sense do I get from it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Well, it isn't even necessarily
really quick.
the spell, like not necessarily trying to identify the spell. It's almost reading him.
Right. So going off the last insight as with your 20, it seems fairly innocuous. This doesn't seem like a really dangerous spell necessarily.
It doesn't. I don't have the inclination to think that this is going to immediately make our situation worse or really disadvantage us.
Yeah.
Charity will just watch for now.
You are extremely bold for opening your door to me. And he begins to just levitate a small envelope from his pocket and floats it inside, just right in front of your face, Charity and Stormbringer.
Oh, is this about the cookies? We were going to get them at some point.
Yeah, Yizek, are you moonlighting for the cupcake company? No, the interdimensional.
Not exactly. No. Good evening, friends.
Wait. You said you wanted to have I can hear myself through your mic, Adam. You said you wanted to have a conversation. How did you find us? Why, Meister?
We have our
My
ways
man.
of
Right,
finding
that's
you.
what I'm
You're
asking.
in my city.
Uh-huh.
Did you think you could hide for long?
Well, that was the hope. What are your
Yes.
ways? That's very vague.
Perhaps read the letter.
Does the
and we'll
letter
talk
say?
about this next time.
Does the letter say what your ways are?
Lycos was correct about you all.
Lycos is a dick, so I wouldn't take anything he says very seriously.
Lycos is useful.
Yeah, but you know he's an asshole. Like, come on, you can't argue with me.
I'm not arguing with you.
You want to
He's
listen to assholes?
Family. Consider this a truce. For now.
For how long? We should know the terms of the truce if we're in a truce.
Read the letter, Stormbringer.
Does the letter say the terms of the truce? Or am I going to have more questions and then you're going to be gone?
It probably explains it, and if it does not, then I will have a good laugh over my brandy this evening.
That's wildly unhelpful.
Isn't it though?
One question,
Yes.
Yazak.
Yes.
Is the truce with you? With the Church of Ryn? With Behelit?
I cannot speak for a god in this way. But
You're
as
literally
far
a high priest. It's your job definition.
I am a high priest of Ryn. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a fucking
The
liar.
city and my forces will consider you inconsequential until perhaps we get together again. Dinner?
That's not a helpful response. Those aren't real terms. Like, when are we getting dinner? I might have plans
What are we
already.
eating?
I need to know what day.
Is it
What
allergen
type
friendly?
of restaurants? Is this a fine dining restaurant? Do I need to dress up? Are we going to a bar?
Stormbringer, give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Not charisma, Andy.
As he's casting another spell.
Not charisma, Andy. That's not fair.
How do I feel about this spell?
Oddly, very similarly.
Okay,
Roll
so
a 14.
A 14?
Are you counterspelling, or are we just letting him?
do I feel like this is being aimed at Stormbringer?
He probably just wants me to shut up.
Charity will counterspell.
He'll counterspell your counterspell.
Counterspell your counterspell your
And
counterspell.
And as he does, his counterspell fizzles into nothing and is absorbed by the Rod of Absorption.
Lovely. Oh,
Third level?
interesting.
What level is his counterspell?
His counterspell was, just the third. The first one then would take effect, but this is a 6th level spell.
So I need to Arcana check?
Yeah.
Wait. What do I need to roll? You would think I would remember this, considering I cast Counterspell a fair amount.
Yeah.
Spellcasting ability. That's a saving throw. I'll
Oof,
re-roll
that was
that.
almost an 18.
I'll re-roll that check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. As he casts the spell Banishment on Stormbringer to get her out of the picture for a moment, you still feel this, like, he's not trying to hurt you. He very much could if he wanted to. It's his sheer confidence, and I don't really have time for this nonsense, is what you're getting from him. But he does seem a little bit annoyed that you cast Counterspell and then absorbed his Counterspell.
If you're here to talk to the family, you're going to be talking to the family.
This is for your benefit, that I leave right now without any further difficulties.
I'm fine with that. I'll read the letter, and I assume from it we should be able to piece together if and when we might meet again.
Good.
I'm partial to pastries, by the way.
I shall remember that. Good evening. And
That evening.
as he's starting to float away, he becomes invisible.
So, do you think that they're afraid of the books escaping from him, or him escaping the books?
Probably him escaping the books. Because I
Fair.
think he's done the whole selling my soul thing.
Ladies and gentlemen of the family, you now have in your handouts a Temple of Ryn missive.
Charity will also message Cantrip to Clem that they can come back in.
What kind of conversation were Clem and Stagsox having?
Yeah, Stagsox. You know how hard it is to be an actor these days?
Oh, no, I think it's a bullshit job.
Oh.
See, bullshit. What do you do for work?
Oh, I don't. I live in the mountains by myself off the land. I've kind of just been like, tagging along in this whole saving the world business.
Right, about saving the world. How are they saving the world?
I don't know you that well.
I don't know you either.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't give away vital information about that because I don't really know what side
Sure,
you're on.
Right, you're asking me to help you save the world and you don't want to tell me what's going on. Awesome, great. I think we're on the same
You
page.
literally just lied to us
You also
about
said that
somebody
my
being
job is
dead.
bullshit.
Sorry, that was harsh.
Little harsh, yeah.
It's just I live in the woods and I fend for myself, and you're telling me that it's really hard getting up on stage and talking in front of people.
And at this, you hear Charity's ping in your head.
Oh, thank God.
You put the hole in the wall. The two of you come back through. Who's that? What's going on?
Well,
I cannot fucking find this handout in my fucking notes.
Same.
People are saying it's above characters. It's not above characters for
it's
me.
the very top thing for me, so I'm not sure.
I don't see it, and it's not in my with the party. Thank you.
Oh, I see it. It is above characters for me.
Still don't see it, but Andy did something magical to make it pop up on my screen. I just don't see it in my list.
Respectable guest? Fuck off.
Does anyone want to read it out loud, perhaps for the podcast?
I can. Just give me a second.
Yeah. And it seems like, no one's answering Bergerlin. There it is.
Even you can't remember his name.
Nope.
To the honorable family, charity of the family, Burbage Kemp, Stormbringer, Hakari, and respectable guest. Let us cut the charade short. We know you're here, and due to an unexpected ally of ours, we've secured your entrance into the city. It is only a matter of time before you slip and reveal yourself to the Temple of Ryn, the Watch Order of Federo, the Wind Masters, and the Red Family. You could not hope to fight any one of these organizations, let alone all of them. I think calling the Red Family an organization is a little extreme. We have underestimated you time and time again. You will no longer be afforded this luxury. To this end, maybe we are not as misaligned as you believe. We need to speak. Let us break bread together. You are formally invited to a banquet in your honor within the walls of the Temple of Ryn, Wednesday night at dusk. I assure you, you will remain unharmed while within our walls until then, and if you continue to act in accordance with your best self-interest, we see no further reason to continue to pursue you. We simply would like to share some information. We may have more in common than you know. For instance, we have also been quite taken with Roburn. She is very much looking forward to seeing you, and will also be in attendance. We look forward to seeing you for dinner. Please dress for the occasion. Sincerely yours, Yizik, High Priest of Ryn, currently chained to a book.
Okay, first of all, he doesn't say what the fucking dress code is, so fuck him, I guess. Second of all, why the fuck does this wrinkly old weirdo have Roburn? She was just supposed to meet us here. She's not supposed to be. Why do they have her? I'm gonna tear all his skin from his body.
Is that a question?
And maybe make him eat it.
Wednesday night is 2 nights away. This is tonight's.
Also, third question, does this give us carte blanche to do whatever we want? He said if we continue to act in our best interests, doing whatever we want is definitely in our best interests. And I'm taking that very literally, and he should know I would. So
There does seem to be a little bit of a legalistic loophole there, I grant you.
yeah. So I'm gonna go. If we can do whatever we want, I'm gonna go to the Temple of Ryn and get Ropeburn, and we're gonna leave with her. Not before Wednesday. This is before Wednesday. We're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take his skin off his body and make him eat it, and then we're gonna go get the thingy that the dude, the sock man is talking
So,
about.
can I just ask a quick question?
By all means.
Who is this guy and why is he bad?
I don't know. Why does somebody choose to be bad?
No, I don't
Orange.
mean like philosophically, why is he bad? I mean, like in this moment, what is your history with him that makes him that Charity help?
He was another of the high priests of Ryn. He acted in opposition, generally, to P-Meister, and also kind of us. Not, really directly kill, but the whole references to being, underestimated, etc., do imply that we stymied his plans upon occasion. Last that I knew, he was working for Behelit, correct? Like I had heard that Caloran had taken over from him as kind of the head of that organization.
Yeah, so you've gotten the sense that he's very much working for Behelit, that this whole Priest of Ryn stuff is nonsense, it's just a cover of some sort, and that he was working very closely with Gaholnians and the Red family.
So is all the Ryn stuff bullshit and everything's just about Behelit?
Actually, Charity and Burbage kind of notice that they've had some experience with Ryn, and she's like nearly powerless at this point in this world.
Isaac has been working with Behelit. He has been actively involved in bringing fire elementals into this plane of existence. We heard one of them invoke Isaac's name as its master.
I said
Isaac,
tree.
Yes, we turned it into a tree, and then Vimeris talked to it. Isaac also was involved in Akari's and my incarceration, and was kind of a dick. He ordered our execution, which you guys summarily, prevented.
I'm not sure Charity knew that. At this, you're just going to sort of see Charity. All right. So the real question is, what does he have to gain from declaring a truce with us? He found us via the mice. We were pulled back to this plane by him. Which is, by the way, not a simple spell. But do I remember correctly that I heard something that Caloran had, replaced Isaac? As, the leader of the fire army.
It wouldn't be that particularly. It would be Isaac was the head of the Red family until you guys killed their tiefling, and the new tiefling, Caloran, sort of became then the head of the Red family.
Okay.
So it seems like he's maybe getting orders from Isaac, but not really. You not purposefully usurping power or anything, but that he's given power by Yizek.
Okay, so it wouldn't suggest that they were.
And Yizek is the one that created him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that flash that you got when Caloran was born, Yizek was there. Yeah, also.
He basically seems like he's Behabich's like right hand / possibly like not quite like Avatar, but like he's getting. I mean, I'm pretty sure the book is an indicator that he's a warlock now, and he's like massively getting all his power and is very strongly tied to Behelit. And he's doing all her dirty work on this plane, or in charge of all of it.
As a question, he doesn't, or does he match the description of the figure that I perceive as the voice of Behelit?
No, that seems to also be someone else.
Who I know from being dead is located somewhere deep under the city.
Yeah.
Okay, so like maybe
also working
he's
with Yizek. Yeah.
her left hand and she's ambidextrous. I don't know.
But I was just making sure that, like,
Yeah.
because I had some sense of that figure as well. He is also on my kill painfully list.
I mean, what
Have we gotten
possibly...
any in the? Sorry, what were you going to say, Rachel?
No, you go ahead.
Have we gotten any indication of if like the voice of Behelit and Yizek are like kind of the same in the hierarchy, or if one reports to the other?
It's a little hard to tell. Probably a very similar ranking, you would imagine. Different responsibilities.
Yeah, the voice was the one who was, from the best that we could tell, was sort of the one who was giving operatives their orders. Because that was what he did with me.
And so like maybe so Yizek is more like doing all of the magical dirty work for her then? Like, because he's also directing people some.
But he seems like he's more directing mundane operatives as opposed to directly the something of Behelits. All right, two fundamental problems here. One, this is an invitation to speak with them on Wednesday, and that's 2 days away. One, there's supposed to be a fire.
Remind me when does the Fire Nation attack?
Like a day from now, tops?
I thought it was more than that.
Andy, how much time do we have before it gets here?
Here.
Not the
Not
one in Cliff Mill, but this one.
Right. Yeah, a couple days, maybe.
Okay, but
Is it before or after the dinner time?
When
Don't
Burbage
give us
saw
maybe.
When Burbage saw it, you were like, "This is going to be here tomorrow."
Also, you gave us like really precise answers then, so just pretend that we remember and tell us the precise answer.
It totally kind of depends. So you're struggling because they should be here very, very quickly, but there's no like alarms or guards on the wall or a marshaling of an army within the city. And aren't the fire elementals working for Yizek? Why would they attack at this city? That doesn't make sense either.
To get through Conway's protection.
So like all of these things are you're trying to factor some of this in, and you're not sure if they're just setting up for an attack, if they're going to attack, if like they had the ability to get here very quickly. You haven't been on top of the walls to look since then, so you're not exactly sure. But it doesn't seem like there's an imminent threat, at least from within the city.
Okay. Second problem, we need to get back to Clefmel as soon as we can.
Well, it's not really clear in
Third
the letter.
problem, rats.
It's not really clear in the letter. Is it going to be just with this guy in the temple at the dinner, or is it also going to be all of the other groups that are against us at this dinner? Like the Red family and guards and all that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't invite the Red family to a dinner where we were going to be there because they're sort of at uncontrollable bloodlust levels.
It's because they're assholes, like I said to Izak. I don't know why he wants to talk to assholes.
And he seems like he is one, so.
It's true. Who the fuck are the Windmasters?
Those are the people in the city that really controlled like the docks areas and kept the ships coming in and out very, very quickly. You met one of them when you were trying to get the owlbears into the city, and you bribed him and stuff.
Yeah,
they seem to be kind of they seem to be powerful mages, but ultimately super corrupt.
Okay.
And also, like, a very limited scope of interest.
Yeah.
Like, they were very concerned with the docks, shipping, commerce, and making coin from that, as opposed to like, yes, and we also run this third of the city up here, and...
So are we all reading this the same way, that we have carte blanche for 2 days?
No, I'm very sure that was not his intention.
It's literally what he wrote.
I don't think he's
So, what kind of person would write something and then get mad at you for taking them at their word?
Is this a riddle?
An asshole.
And we've already determined that Yazek is...
An asshole.
There we go.
Fine.
I would also say, based on our earlier encounter, I do not think in any way, shape, or form he is going to be able to prevent the Red family from doing us harm if they find us. So probably the best we have is that he's not going to rat us out to them, pun intended.
But he said that as long as we act in our best interests, we will remain unharmed until dinner.
the wording is a little bit like you're going to remain unharmed until dinner, and then if you act in accordance with your best interests, he sees no reason to pursue you any further from then.
So either way, regardless of how he intended that, because it's very ambiguous and he probably should have had me proofread this for him, we're definitely unharmed until dinner time on Wednesday.
Theoretically.
According to him, do we not think he has enough power to control the Red family? He seems to think that everybody should be bowing down and sucking his dick, but I don't know. I've seen powerful mages before and they die like everybody else.
My point is that Wibble Wobble, the shadow, whatever, basically seems to have a rabid dislike of us at this point. That's probably because we've now almost killed him twice.
Maybe he should be better.
I mean, yes, but no. I kind of prefer him getting maimed every time he comes
So you think he can't control Locust? Locust?
Lycos.
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Weevil?
No, weevils can't fly, can they?
What are we talking about? Do you need me here anymore?
Yes! Shut up and wait!
Jesus. I have a play very soon.
Yeah, he works really hard.
Thank you.
And I make the jack off motion behind him while he's not looking at me.
No, he's not looking. Thank you, Clem.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot we said we'd get you back in time.
Yes.
So let's table this because we have until Wednesday to figure out exactly how they intended their very ambiguous letter. And let's go back to talking to Mr. Sucks about P-Meister. But maybe back on the ethereal plane where there's probably not rats?
Well, no, the rats could see us there.
I
Can
think
they hear us?
I don't think they necessarily could. I think that they were most likely under an enchantment to serve as a messenger for him or some other complete a task for him. They reported finding us to him, and then he tethered us back to the material plane, which I cannot stress enough is a very powerful spell that we should be worried about.
I'm worried about all of this. Back to the ethereal plane. Talk to Sox.
Clue?
He looks for a second and then nods, and he takes you back to the ethereal plane in 2 different trips.
Should we go to maybe like a different place in the ethereal plane? That's not the same place in the material plane that he knew where he was?
Spells you can eavesdrop on the ethereal from the material with Chunk.
For the love of God, why are we not just calling me Wrath?
Because I can't remember.
Where did Chonk come from?
Starts with a C.
So does so many other names.
Yeah, but it's what
I'm literally
okay.
the skinniest one of us.
It's just a nice word that starts with C. Anyway,
you.
this isn't important. We have to get him to his play. So
Thank you. Yes.
can people eavesdrop on us on the ethereal if they're not in the ethereal?
What would Charity think on that? / Charity and Clue.
I mean, the ceiling of magic has been blown wide open. Like nearly anything is possible with these people. It's possible. It just would take a lot of effort.
There's no guarantees. It would take a lot of effort for them to be able to do so, but they could be. I say we walk and talk. We'll find a different place to set up, and also this way Mr. Sox won't know where that is, and we'll be to his play on time. Won't that be nice for you?
Thank you. Yes.
Once again, carrying sort of like my insight through, did I think that he was telling us the truth when he was telling us about Ponway's location?
It seems like it. Yeah, it
Okay.
seems like
This seemed like he
he's
genuinely
now
was like,
worried.
fine,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Okay.
But now he seems incredibly scared that Yizik was at the front door, because probably Yizik's the one that wants to kill him the most.
Yeah.
Or find him and torture him into where is Ponway.
Yeah, so
Also, if you don't want to go to the theater, we might still be able to get you out of here. The letter's ambiguous about that too. It sounds kind of like we can't anymore, but it was written really poorly. He should have had somebody who is really confused by non-concrete language read it.
back to the theater or a path out of here? Which do you want?
If you could get me out of here, that's fine. I didn't think that was possible.
We literally told you like 5 times.
Yeah, I didn't believe you because no one gets out of here.
How the fuck do you okay, whatever. Anyway, you're an asshole and I'm so fucking done with assholes. But we're gonna keep you alive because you're not the type of asshole that we kill.
First, is there anything else we should know?
Yizik controls everything. He's got spies everywhere. If he wants to find you, he'll find you. Like, you're not hiding from this person. Your best bet is to do what he says if he knows who you are and where you are. My only bet is to continue hiding. He was far too close tonight.
So, Charity's gonna message Cantrip to Hikari. Hikari, do you have the ability to adjust memories today?
Let me think about that. I believe I do. Sorry, I was looking at something that wasn't my sheet. Sorry.
You're good.
My bad. And it just takes a while for it to load. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, I would be able to do that. Sorry. It took so
No,
long.
you're good.
Oh, good. You're good.
I've been drinking a lot.
Garcia or Hikari?
Have you?
Both of us apparently. Right.
Charity's okay, so Charity will sort of turn back to Stagsox. Getting you out of here, and I believe that you want our mutual acquaintance to succeed in his goals. Would you like the knowledge of where he is to be removed from your memories?
Yes. Yes, then it wouldn't be a threat to him.
Okay.
Message cantrip Charity. I'm actually whispering. I don't think that's gonna stop them from torturing him if they catch him.
But also, Charity, you understand. He knows that and said that anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Charity understands that he is actually concerned with the success of the mission and understands if he's caught, he's fucked no matter what, but at least it would end with him there.
And maybe Burbage even kind of reading all of this and remembering everything that you can from this. Like, there's kind of a special type of love that you've read in Brueggelin for Ponway.
Yeah.
And yeah, you would understand that he's more concerned with hurting Ponway than even his own life.
Is there anything else that Hikari should erase while she's taking care of that?
Erase? Maybe erase all the reviews that I've read about the plays, because they're pretty harsh. And was this a person that could help me remember my lines a bit better?
Those kinds of reviews are good for your own personal growth.
Okay, but they're pretty painful to read.
So,
Actors.
memories.
Could I, with modify memory, help him with his lines?
I mean, sure.
I will say, yeah.
This spell is fuzzier in its application than message.
Yeah, I love it.
Knowing that, do you want to be out of the city or here?
If you can get me out, sure, that'd be great.
Okay. With this, we know that the smokestacks are sort of the best way to do this, so we could travel across the ethereal plane to get to one of them.
Sure. Yeah, if they're, free.
As in without.
You're just a little worried because it says that they found your entrance into the city.
Oh.
And how much.
Yeah.
They dealt with that.
Charity's gonna sort of waggle his head. Maybe just help you out with the acting and you won't have the information anymore.
Please don't let me erase all of Ponway, but just where he ended up.
Yeah, just the critical things about where he is, finding him, etc.
Well, I still believe that he's alive.
Pretty sure we can leave that in place.
Okay.
It can just be an unfounded belief, or,
That's fine, as long as there's hope.
Yeah. Hikari, you want to make him a better
Work my
actor?
magic? Sure.
So again, he kneels down in front of you. Your hair begins to twist into braids, Hikari. These golden, shimmering braids. And as you dive deeper into his mind, there's now no doubt this is a person who's in love with Ponway, who has done over the years anything he can to make sure he's happy. There's been moments in his life that where he feels that this could be requited with enough time, but toward the end of Ponway's sort of tenure, he became just nearly obsessed with locking down the city and protecting it. And you get a little bit of a glimpse of they're collecting multiple things from cities like this, and the easiest way to do that is to burn them down. And he needs to prevent Federo from doing that. And if that can happen, then they won't find what they need. In as clear sort of memories as can be helped, you erase for him what Ponway kind of led on, which was a very clear image of this cigar case that Ponway has made this sort of demi-plane to stay in. You help him with his lines so that he remembers the lines of this play. And yeah, you also feel that if you wanted to, you could erase your guys' presence from his mind too. In case, yeah.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Okay. So you also erase most of tonight up until this point. And you
couldn't hear you,
as you start to come out of it, you start to you start to tell everyone else, like, hey, he's going to be fuzzy for a little bit and he doesn't remember us. If we want to drop him off, we could do it now.
Yeah. I think that Charity might just have Clue essentially run him back to, because he knows the room that he came from.
Yes.
So we can stay on the ethereal and just have Clue pop him in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. Clue runs back and comes back about 4 or 5 minutes later, and just kind of nods at you that this has been done.
So, Andy, Burbage has been studying the letter, and the whole time that Yizak was there, Burbage was regarding him very severely and trying to contain the kind of being triggered back to the events in the prison. And so, yeah, Burbage is studying the letter, and he's trying to get a read on the letter in reference to that the moment that Burbage was talking to Yizak and trying to persuade him to spare their lives and failed. I feel like Burbage got a glimpse into like just how much Yizak really fucking hates us. I think, or what makes Yizak tick in terms, and so, and specifically, Burbage is really interested in, parts like, we have underestimated you time and time again. You will no longer be afforded this luxury. The idea that we might not be misaligned, and the idea that about acting in our self-interest, and so Burbage just wants to see if he can glean any kind of intention from this based on kind of that interaction that he had with Yizak.
Yeah. Give me an insight roll for literary analysis and previous insight.
17.
With 17, you're not sure what he's up to, but there is nothing emotional or pitiable in this. This is purely for what he must believe is his own gain. He, coupled with the sort of Charity's under feeling of just pure confidence, it's weird that he doesn't maybe see you all as that much of a threat to what he's doing ultimately. That he'd just as soon kill you as let you live. It's nothing at all about, he's not even, He's not even rage-filled about you. This is something purely mechanical in his plans.
Interesting. So that bit about we've underestimated you time and time again, you will no longer be afforded this luxury, is maybe more rhetorical than anything.
Yeah, it's they no longer can ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're no longer going to, like, oh, if you see them, kill them. Like if he wants to kill you, this is immediately a trap, and he's going to set it up in a perfect way that you can't get out. If he doesn't want to kill you and actually needs something from you, then that line about your continued, whether they're going to continue to pursue you or not, is going to be based on what he presents you with. And also, this is a not so veiled threat at Roburn.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you get from this letter, understanding what you can about Yizik, the cousin of Izrak.
This is infuriating. I hate this.
So, in the next 2 days, do we need to try to get P-Meister and Roburn and get out of here before dinner time? Or I don't feel like going to dinner is going to actually turn out in our favor because we're not going to agree to anything that the asshole wants.
The big question is whether or not he'll just give us whatever it is that he wants to give us information and talk about. And if we don't agree, if he just lets us leave, or if we don't agree, then it's like, well, sorry, now you're dead.
I'm pretty sure it's that one. I could be wrong, but he's a huge asshole.
Yeah, we established that.
We're only likely to leave that place if it's beneficial to him or he perceives it as such. Because he certainly doesn't care if we die. But
We agree and then just leave and then renege on our agreement?
Yeah, I mean, that flies too, right? Like, I guess, except, he could probably tell if we're lying, maybe. I don't know.
between now and then, we could try to recover Meister and try to find my brother.
Oh,
We
yeah, I
can try to
forgot.
find the HF.
Which is probably what P-Meister was protecting, right?
Presumably, yes.
Which would mean he maybe knows more about it. Yeah.
So it occurs to me that his house is almost certainly under guard and being watched. So it strikes me that if we want to get to P-Meister to talk to him about all of these problems, we need a burglar. Charity's just going to sort of eye slide towards Burbage.
Irby is a burglar.
Yes, that was...
I'm helping.
What are you suggesting?
I need to
I
sleep.
think he's suggesting that you help us break into P-Meister's house to get P-Meister without getting detected, and then we ask P-Meister some questions and hopefully keep him safe, which seems a little bit concerning. And we get the HF, and we maybe, I don't know, chat with Charity's brother somewhere in there. I'm not sure how that fits in. And we get Roburn somehow, and then we leave before dinner.
So we are going with the carte blanche interpretation of this letter.
No, no, we got to do this all on the DL.
But there's no DL. Do you understand?
We don't know that.
There's no
Okay.
DL. That's what he just established.
No,
is that
I know he fucking said
he's
that. He said
immensely
lots of things.
powerful, And he
Right.
views us as very, very small. He has no
Well,
care or
okay.
concern for us beyond
Okay.
delivering us this letter.
Burby, step back for a second. Okay. He clearly doesn't view us as inconsequential as he wants us to think he does, because he wouldn't be giving us this letter if he thought we were inconsequential. We fucked up his plans like 5 million times. We're on his radar enough that we're making him nervous. He didn't like that Chunk Meister undid some of his magic. He is not feeling this. He thinks that we are pretty actually dangerous. So, what was my point here? I forget.
About why we're not always being followed and why this is okay to do?
Oh, I don't know why talking about how he's like scared of us would have make that point. But so
Because
that's
Burbage
one
said
point.
that he thought we were small.
Right. Okay. And the other point is
I'm
that
crying.
we don't know how he found us, but I'm pretty sure he can't see us all the time, hear us all the time, knows everything. Because if he did, I think things would be worse than they are now. I'm not saying he can't find us. I'm saying that maybe we can still do things on the DL if we're real careful.
My
Yeah, I
point
think that he
is,
did find us, but it doesn't mean that he always knows where we are.
Yeah.
Because it made it seem like it was an effort to find where we came in and do all this other kind of tracking, so I think it's possible to be sneaky.
Chunk
That's like your whole
Meister,
MO.
do you have any contacts? I know we don't really know what's going on anymore with your little glowing people, or wait, was I? No, you're the other one. Anyway, I get all the names of the organizations confused. With your organization or with, I don't know, with your brother. Like, can we get some agents moving on the DL for us? Maybe people could dress up as us and pretend to be us while we're doing some stuff. I think that's things I've seen before.
actually, I think that's a good idea, Stormbringer.
Yeah,
I think that Isaac, this is all pure mechanics to him. This city is entirely under his control. We don't have 2 days to spare. We're not walking into a dinner with him, just accepting the smallness that he views us as. So we can't just stop doing what we need to do. But we need to do it in a very carefully choreographed, bizarre, strange dance through this city. The most purely amechanical approach to
on the
clog
DL.
up his gears.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he is viewing this situation entirely mathematically and rationally. Gain and loss, one thing to the next.
Yes.
So, in order to conceal what we're doing, we need to behave entirely irrationally.
Yes.
This plan actually plays to our strong suits.
I feel like Charity's eyes slightly go over toward Akari.
How many
Slapstick?
people can we get together who can look like us and pretend to be us? Can we make them look like us? Kochek is good at makeup.
Oh my
I think
god.
his name was Kochek.
That's what I said, Kochek.
I think it's Kochek.
Yeah, Kochek.
We could even suggest to him that he could, make a career out of just working in makeup. Lots of practice for him.
Yeah. We just gotta get a big group of people together who are okay with possibly getting killed in the name of the greater good and looking like us.
Hey, struggling
okay,
actors.
We have Yeah! I just donated a ton of money to the theater. They'd be down.
Did you actually give them money?
Yeah, of course.
No, this was partially Galway over the table. Mechanically, did Stormbringer actually give them the money? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
removed
believe
it from
so.
my inventory.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't tell whether it was like, oh, okay, sure. Off you go. Sandkeeper's quarters are almost certainly going to be watched, but there would be people that would be willing to help with it. I'm not sure how clear this was, but there is a slight hitch. The two people with the most contacts in this city are probably going to be Burbage and myself.
Stop saying people's names.
Burby and myself.
you.
You commented on we needed to find people willing to do this for the greater good. Those aren't the kinds of people that we know.
Okay, well, I also have a lot of money because there's never anything to buy.
That might do it. But I do need to return to, I would really like to sleep.
It is
still bleeding heavily.
You're all very, very tired. Yeah, Clem and Hikari, both your eyes are starting to close a little bit during this conversation at times.
We should find a room for the night.
This is a room?
I know, but where would they expect us to sleep tonight if they thought that we weren't going to play along with the dinner plans?
I have no idea. Is that another riddle?
Would openly getting a room at an inn make it seem like we've accepted safe harbor and have no ill intent?
But we're supposed to just do things that are completely irrational, so maybe we should sleep outside.
Irrational, not killing us with frostbite.
I'd be fine. I have cold resistance.
We've got to make them
You seem
think
to
that we're
veer
acting.
between being incredibly concerned about our well-being and just not at all. Like there's
Lay on you all and keep you warm.
I actually think Burbage's idea here is a good one. Not to say that you attempting to warm us like a mother hen with eggs wouldn't be amusing, though ultimately futile. Hikari and I would freeze to death.
Large.
We are tieflings. On a balmy summer day, I wear 2 coats. I think we should.
I agree. I think we should go get a room.
I think we should
I'm
just
tired.
Yeah, get a room, hire that out, and have a bolt hole plan from there.
Okay, but like a cheap room because we need to save our money for the plan, and also I don't want to stay at that one inn because that was not fun.
The Pineapple's Inn?
It just ended up being a bad time. Everything ended up being a bad time, honestly. But I don't have good memories.
Silent spell cast on the room in the hallways and stuff. If you're wanting to like not hide but sort of be in the open, but also have some protection,
that would be a good place.
Not that the DM is trying to get you there or anything. There's also rooms in the Winking Mast, but everyone knows you there. And the Blue Fort Inn is where Stormbringer had a room at one point. It was somewhat secure. Any ideas?
You can go to the silenced one if people want to.
Yeah, but they would expect us to do that if we had something to hide.
I mean, they fucking know we have things to hide.
You're muted.
Sorry. I feel like we can't question every single step for 47 minutes.
Yeah.
Wondering whether or not they'll know it or not, and we're going to drive ourselves insane.
Oh, that's the 47 minutes that you're taking issue with in this session. All right. Okay. I think we should go to another inn.
Like, other than here? Because this isn't an inn, Burby.
I know nothing about this city, so
It's a terrible place.
yeah, seems like it.
Is Burbage familiar with the Blue Fort Inn?
Yeah, you've climbed up there before and saw one of the Windmasters.
With the caravan lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where is that? Is that up? Back near
Just
the...
across the river. In
okay.
the Opal District. No,
Jade District, it looks like.
Jade District, yeah. There.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you head there?
I don't have Burbage's
Yes.
vote.
Let's go there.
Okay, the Leaky Ferret's a real bad idea because I just realized it backs onto the Thieves Guild. Sure, why not?
So an okay room only costs a couple gold. Do you all stay in one room or get a couple?
No, we're staying in one room.
We'll stay in one room.
Okay.
But like a nice, like the best room.
Sure, yeah. It has like 4 beds. Only one of you is gonna have to sleep on the floor.
I'll sleep on the floor. I'm used to it.
We'll do 3 gold for a really nice room here.
Wait, 4. Oh, because we have the. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
And very quickly, as soon as you lay down, you're almost all asleep. Does anyone want to try to stay up and set watch?
Oh, well, I want to try and stay up and do some shit.
I
You can
am
also do
definitely setting watch if Clem is staying up.
Yeah.
No offense, but you do still have that voice in your head.
How dare you?
Yeah, Charity's going with we should keep watches still.
Yeah, definitely keeping watch. And like over the table
Ow.
is our friend in Clem's head something that is kind of an unknown variable to Yizak and crew? Because that could... Oh, you mean
just
unknown
meant
variable.
Just in general, he's fair.
I mean, yes, but like, I wonder if we could leverage that. I know it's risky, but I think that's an interesting idea. I'm not, or maybe it's a bad idea, but it's still interesting.
It can be both.
Yeah.
Akari, you go to sleep immediately. And as you awake in Cliffmill, it's a cloudy day, but there's still a bright shaft of light coming down from above. And it's just highlighting the spire in the middle. And you hear kind of a low thrumming and then a slight vibration in the ground itself. And then that thrumming becomes a higher pitch and a higher pitch. And you know that you're supposed to do something about it, but you just can't move and you leave it. And it goes higher and higher and higher until this shaft of light has blown the rest of the town apart. Immediate ash and everything. Somehow you're still keeping yourself conscious, looking at the people dying all around you. Everyone who's in this place is gone. And Charity, as you fall asleep, you wake up on that boat. And you know what you're supposed to do now because she told you to do it. And you climb to the crow's nest because that's where he's sleeping. And you stand next to Burbage. And you reach out your hand. And you light him on fire. And he screams for a moment, and you push him off the boat, burning still, falling straight into the water, the dark waters outside of Federo. And in the middle of the night, the boat keeps on sailing. A few crew members wondering what the noise was, but no one knows to look overboard for him. Finally, you killed him. And you can hear in the back of your head that voice of Bahamut. Good. You've done exactly what you're supposed to. And you feel good too. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Goats and Dragons. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks you for watching. We love you so much. We're going to pick right up here with Charity having killed Burbage next time, which will be Wednesday, I believe. And yeah, I don't know if we have another game this coming week. But
yes, we have Tier.
We do have Tier on Thursday?
No.
On Wednesday? No, probably not.
On Monday.
On Monday, we're gonna have Tier. Yeah, and we've been off Tier for a while, so I'm super excited to get back into that. Yes, we got a couple games next week you can watch for. You can always follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at Helpful Goat, or you can join our Discord, ! Discord in the chat gets you a link to join us, and that's where we make most of our announcements about upcoming games and what's coming up. So yeah, so thanks so much. We appreciate you listening. Thanks for the players for watching. We love you all, and well, playing, I guess. We love you all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye everybody.
Everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Lonely she walks down beside the green river. My lady she was, and I bend my knee. One divine, my seraph, my heart to deliver. She gives me a small flower that I call Doom Lily. I love so completely, so true and so sweetly. But know that our story is so short, it must be. Every time that you show me that blue and white flower, reminds me of me, lady, who descended for thee. When she leaves me sighing, leaves me into darkness, I call to my love, please return back to me. For she gave me a child and departed as I smiled, but me lonely is a sin.